Bartholomew Buttonsby, a man whose eyebrows perpetually arched in bewildered surprise, decided one Tuesday that pigeons held the secrets to the universe. Not just any secrets, mind you, but the really juicy ones, like where all the missing socks went and why Tuesdays always felt vaguely beige. His research began by offering the local flock artisanal sourdough crusts. He was a retired baker with a flair for the dramatic. He meticulously documented their pecking patterns, convinced they were a complex form of avian Morse code. He even fashioned tiny foil-lined hats for them, believing this would amplify their cosmic reception. The neighborhood watched with a mixture of amusement and concern as Bartholomew began to converse with the pigeons, flapping his arms and cooing back at their guttural pronouncements. He'd often be seen in the park, surrounded by a feathered entourage, scribbling furiously in a notebook titled The Pigeon Prophecies, a peck-by-peck guide to existential truth. One afternoon, while attempting to teach a particularly plump pigeon named Reginald the Pythagorean theorem using crumbs arranged on the pavement, Bartholomew had a breakthrough. Reginald, instead of forming a perfect right triangle, devoured the hypotenuse first. "Eureka!" Bartholomew exclaimed, startling a nearby poodle. "Reginald understands. Linearity is a human construct. The universe operates on a tasty bit first principle." From that day on, Bartholomew abandoned conventional logic. He started wearing mismatched socks, because the pigeons clearly knew their superior destination, painted his house beige to appease the Tuesday spirits, and communicated solely through a series of coos and flapping gestures, convinced he was finally speaking the language of ultimate reality. The climax of his enlightenment arrived during the annual town picnic. Bartholomew, adorned in a full-feather boa and a hat made of discarded pizza boxes, a vital component of his pigeon-inspired wardrobe, climbed onto the bandstand. He silenced the bewildered polka band with a series of emphatic wing flaps and began his cosmic address, a passionate torrent of coos, clicks, and the occasional scattering of birdseed. The crowd stared, mouths agape. Then, little Timmy Higgins, notorious for his pigeon impersonations, started cooing back. A full-blown cooing conversation erupted between Bartholomew and Timmy, a bizarre symphony of avian gibberish that somehow, in its utter absurdity, felt strangely liberating. Bartholomew Buttonsby, the man who spoke pigeon, never unlocked the secrets of the universe. But for one glorious, crazy afternoon, he convinced an entire town that maybe, just maybe, the answers weren't in dusty textbooks, but in the chaotic, crumb-loving hearts of the humble city pigeon. And that, in its own wonderfully weird way, was a pretty profound discovery after all.